What's up, guys? It's Red and Family Fun back, and today we are going to review the ICC 2022 Star Wars convention that was held in Nashville, Tennessee, April 29th through May 1st. I want to start off by saying this was absolutely a fun, very fun con to go with my kids and my friends, and I want to say thank you to Michael Havens for reaching out to us and getting us the press badges and coming through on that end. And I just want to continue coming to these each year and just having a blast, and it's just been a very wonderful weekend. I'm actually very exhausted after spending all 3 days there. But yeah, like this weekend was a lot of fun. Let's go back into it here and talk about it. This is going to be a re-review of my last video. I wanted to touch up on a few other things that I didn't mention in the last video. So the con was fun. There was lots of toys on the floor, and it was just there's a wide range of things that you could actually buy there. They had lots of action figures. They had lightsabers. They had like one booth set up with like old time dresses from like the medieval times. They had artists, podcast rooms. They had a swag room where the people traded their swag that they created. And oh yes, by the way, swag stands for something we all get. I just found that out this weekend. But anyways, it was a fun time. I've competed a lot in the tournaments that they had, which were Mortal Kombat, Mario Kart, and Smash Bros. And came pretty close to winning the Mortal Kombat this year. Anyways, yeah, that was a blast. And I didn't get to catch any of the panels, but my buddy, super cool energy drink dude, he recorded both Anthony Daniels and Ian McDiarmid, and I did get to watch those post event, and I gotta say that those panels were very, very good. I actually enjoyed it very much, particularly Anthony Daniels. I thought he was just such a character. He was very energetic and enthusiastic and interacting with the crowd. Ian McDiarmid was very good as well, and I liked his panel, just getting to hear him speak on different things that he's done and with the films and which films he liked and such. It was really nice. One thing I did miss was the Joan Hart podcast that she did on Friday, which was VIP day. But however, you can go check out her YouTube channel, Melissa Joan Hart. I'll link these videos down in the description below. So if you didn't get to catch those, you'll know about them, through the link. But yeah, like some of the things that I really, I thought could have been better were just how they had the guest, how they had the guest like kind of arranged on the floor plan. I feel like it could have been a little better. I mean, it was a pretty small venue. I mean, considering how many people showed up. Last year it was like kind of like perfect how they set up, but they didn't have nearly as big of a guest. They didn't have Ian or Anthony. So I think last year was a little bit easier for them, but this year was pretty much the same setup. You walked into the main con entrance, and you had your club set up in the front. You had a couple of vendors. You had the ICC vendor booth. You had a couple of different artists, and you had a couple of guests from the very original films. One that played the Gamorrean Guard, and the other played one of the creatures. You had the Ghostbusters Club booth set up there in the main room, and I really did like how all the cosplayers were in that one room, and they were all just kind of chilling, mingling, and you could get pictures with all the different cosplayers. I thought that was really neat. I liked that. There was a guy doing live art, and he did a really nice Vader piece. You'll see in this video here. And then you came to the marketplace where all the vendors were, and you had some AT walkers, a couple of speeder bikes to take pictures on, and you could donate to the charity there, the Children's Miracle Network, I believe it was. They also had the Peter Mayhew Foundation up front, and you could donate and get a patch. They had these really giant patches, which I didn't get a chance to get. I was going to get one, but they were gone before I could get back. But I did get one of the smaller ones, and these things, the giant ones, were just massive. That thing could probably, you could put it on, like iron it on a shirt, and it would take up like the whole front of your shirt if you had it on the front of your shirt. It would just it was a huge. It was like big enough to like cover your whole stomach. That's how big that patch was. It was massive. But yeah, you had the charities in there. You had a guy that was making custom ships. He wasn't doing it live, but he had some custom ships, and he talked to me about how he had them vacuum formed, some of his ships, and that's a pretty cool, neat process how he explained it. But a lot of it was like plaster casting or something of some sort. I'm not really sure how all that works, but it was really neat to talk to him. Yeah, the podcast room in one of the side rooms. Back there, along with a couple, like a tattoo room. That was pretty cool. I thought that was neat how they were doing tattoos like live on there on the site. Then you had like some type of board game room. I think they were playing like Warhammer 40K or something, or Dungeons and Dragons, something I've really never gotten into, but that was pretty cool. And yeah, then they actually had a live zoo where you could pet kangaroos. They had a kangaroo. They had snakes. They had a baby alligator, like some type of baby alligator. I'm not sure if it's like a miniature alligator. It was pretty cool. But overall, the convention was an absolute blast. And like I said, it was really just like the VIP, or the guests. Sorry, I said VIPs. The guests were in this really narrow hallway where they were doing the photo ops and the autographs, and the line was just really long. The only thing I didn't like about it was just like the fact that you had to navigate, and there was like only a limited room in that hallway, and you know, some of the vendor tables and guest tables kind of took up a lot of that space along that hallway, and that's where the bathrooms were, and you know, it was really just tight fit through there. I just didn't really enjoy having to go back across that many times as I did, but it wasn't too bad. But I think the flow of the traffic could have been a little better. And then, like I said, they had the VIP room for VIPs. That was pretty nicely set up. They had drinks and snacks in there for them. That was neat. But of course, I didn't have VIP, but I ran by there and just checked it out. And then the food, like I said, like before in my last review that I took down, I just didn't think the food options were that great. I mean, you had the turkey wrap and the drinks. I think I got like one turkey wrap. I got like a drink and a bag of chips. It cost me like $16. But yeah, it just, you know, I know they couldn't have food trucks on site because of the hotel policy. You know, they had like an indoor restaurant. I actually went in one of the restaurants. I think it said club. I don't know if that was the restaurant or not, but they told me guests were only allowed in there. They had a bar where we could order drinks. I'm guessing that's where you could have ordered the food, but I wasn't entirely sure. And there was always so many people next to the bar that I just really didn't want to go over there. It was really not a lot of seating. Friday was the only day where I really felt like the seating was empty because, you know, there wasn't many people. But every time I went, you know, towards that area near the bar and the outside where they had live music by the pool, it was just crowded. Like there was people everywhere. I literally had to sit on the water fountain out there to eat, but it wasn't. I mean, that was fine. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, you know, I just I don't know. It was really. There's a couple things, you know, that I just feel like could have been a little bit better, but that's fine. But yeah, I was also going to touch on the autographs. They were charging like $100 for the autographs for Ian McDiarmid, and somebody pointed out to me that, you know, normally they would cost $300 for that type of autograph at the Star Wars Celebration that they have out in Anaheim, California, and yeah, I really thought $100 for me personally was a little steep, considering I already like blew like $300 very, very easily. But I mean, according to some people, like it's 300. I mean, $300 is like a lot more steep if you ask me. So $100 was actually like still. The ICC doesn't actually include fees in their autograph purchases, because they try to keep the costs down. And I really appreciate that part. It was really, the fees were set by the agents and the actors and the guest stars themselves. They set those prices. So the con has nothing to do with that. But overall, I mean, I would say this con, if I'm going to rate it on a scale of 10, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. I mean, it was a blast. I had absolute fun. I mean, I saw some of the coolest cosplay. I had a guy cosplaying as Darth Maul. Like, look, he looked legit like Darth Maul. That was pretty sick. You always got the Darth Vader and the Emperors showing up. They actually had two Emperors this time, which was really neat. Usually it's just one guy. But yeah, like I had a fun. The tournament was fun. It was a blast playing in that. That's mostly what I did all weekend. The panels were great. Didn't get to catch James Arnold Taylor do his voices act, but that's fine. I've seen it before. It's probably around the same, I'd say the same script. I'm not really sure. Maybe somebody's got that as a video. I'll try to see if I can post a link to one in the description. So just check the description below. I'll have the IC website posted down there if you want to see what All Stars actually came out. If you didn't get to attend, you're going to see the panels. Yeah, and I'll have those panels listed in the link below to my friend's YouTube page. You can check those out. I'll link Melissa Joan Hart's podcast that she did on Friday. There's not really much I could say other than those couple things. But it was, just great time. And I recommend you get out there next year if you didn't get to go. If you can splurge the money, get out here to Nashville, Tennessee next year. And yeah, hopefully it's going to be in a bigger convention space. I don't know what he's got plans for Michael Haven, but yeah, I mean, I would think that they're trying to grow this con to even bigger heights, and that hotel is a pretty small venue, if you ask me, compared to most conventions. But it was actually a very beautiful convention space. I'll give it that. Like, it had a nice outdoor pool with he had live music going. It was just nice scenery out there. The hotel was really beautiful inside. They had free parking just a little ways away from the convention. I liked that part. It was a little trek up a hill, but it was really good exercise to get my blood pumping before I walked in the front door and get excited. I like that part. Everybody needs a little exercise here and there. You could have paid up front for parking closer to the hotel, but I like to save money, so I just rather walk and get the exercise. And it was just a good old time. They even had a shuttle. They had a shuttle that could pick you up. I didn't take the shuttle. I just parked as close as I could to the convention and then just walked because it wasn't very far. And that's what I did last year before they had the shuttle. But yeah, guys, this is my review. Hope you like it. If you were there, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the convention, and tell me what was your favorite thing that you took away from that. Was it the guest stars? Was it the toys? Was it the tournament, the cosplay contest? Was it the swag? The swag was, I heard, great this year. I didn't get to get any, but I heard it was I've seen pictures, but they got some good stuff out there. But guys, yeah, this is going to be it for now. Until next year, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you then. Peace.